Hello, welcome to the McKinney Vento training. My name is Michelle Patton Swisher. I'm a school social worker and the McKinney Vento liaison for Spotsylvania County Schools. Today we're going to talk about the McKinney Vento law. It is the law that allows students, if they become homeless, to remain in their school of origin. This law began about in 1987, but was recently reauthorized with the Every Student Succeeds Act. As a school district, there are some certain mandates that we are required. We're mandated to have a McKinney Vento liaison within our district, along with provide free breakfast and free lunch for our student and transportation to and from school. There's some themes that go along with the McKinney Vento Act. It has to do with school stability, school access, support for academic success, and to be a child-centered and best interest of what is for that particular student. So who are our homeless students? Under the McKinney Vento Act, homelessness is defined as living in the following places due to the lack of a fixed, regular, and adequate nighttime residence. A student could be living in a shelter, a hotel, or a campground, a public place. They could be doubled up with relatives or friends due to economic reasons and no other housing options. They could also be in a condition that's not in the physical custody of an adult, which would make them an unaccompanied minor. Also, conditions that are migratory. We often don't have migratory students in Spotsylvania County. So the law changed under the Every Student Succeeds Act. And what that included was now the definition of school of origin also pertains to our preschool students, that they can attend their preschool once they've become unhoused and maintain their preschool school setting. Also, it has to do with feeder schools, that students, when they complete a grade and they would be moving on to the next grade of a different feeder school, that would still be served by the school of origin definition. So there are some unique needs that face our students that when they become displaced. One of them is academic. Due to the McKinney-Vento status, children often have a better chance of achieving educational stability if they're identified and receiving regular supports from school. They also are 4 times more likely to have developmental delays, as well as repeat a grade. Often our students don't have a quiet place to study or access to school supplies to fulfill their assignments. Health is another unique need. Children are 4 times more likely than their housed peers to become sick and have a higher rate of chronic and acute health problems. Stress. I think we all experience stress, but if you can imagine being a student that is not housed on a regular basis, that can be very stressful for not only the student, but for the family. Oftentimes, families have to be separated. We also see things that come from being homeless for our students that have to do with anxiety and depression and withdrawal compared to their housed peers. And there is a strong correlation between homelessness and foster care placement. One other unique need is the difficulty maintaining positive peer relationships. As you can imagine, when you're not housed, it's very difficult to invite your friends over to your hotel or to your shelter. So school is often one of those places that our students are able to maintain those positive peer relations. Here are some sample questions to ask McKinney-Vento families if they come into the office. This is really geared for our registrars, but as other staff in a building, it's important to be aware of who's in our building and who our students are and what their needs are. So these are some things that might prompt the need to identify a student as McKinney-Vento. And what that would encompass is the McKinney-Vento form being filled out and sent to the school board office for myself or someone in our office to call and chat with the family to figure out if they meet the criteria for McKinney-Vento. And then from there, we will send the form to the food services department and arrange transportation. It is not anybody's worry to figure out if they are or they aren't. That's what we do here in our office. But we do want people to be aware that these students might have particular needs in your school and how to support them and their family. It is important that every child needs a form. That's so that we can get food services taken care of along with transportation. And if you have any questions, please call me here at the school board office.